Thanks, guys. Yeah, here we are, game 2 between EXTREMUM and Alliance, as we see some more great predictions from the panel as they get a lot of things right. And Lacoste, we've cast a lot together.
Yes,
we kind of, you know, in each other's heads a little bit. And I knew as soon as I saw that last pick, Lena, you've got something to say about that, don't you?
Yeah, I think I always say the same thing, but I'm gonna repeat it one more time for all the teams out there that want to play competitive Dota at the higher tier level. Do not last pick Lena. This is not a game-winning hero. It's not gonna do anything, especially if we have this gap-closing heroes. You might go 7-0, 10 minutes in. You're still gonna feed. You're still gonna lose the game. I still don't believe how some of the teams are actually picking Lena as last pick. The old team with the Iceberg, now Navi, they tend to also pick Lena. Iceberg is a, you know, that guy that is hero specialist. He knows how to play it, but they also tend to lose the games with Lena, and I just don't feel this hero is as strong. Like, what does Lena bring to compared to some other heroes? Like,
yeah,
I mean, I can go on, Gary, for like 30 minutes to talk about how Lena sucks, especially when you're not gonna flex her. But yeah, let's focus on other heroes. So Lena,
just quickly, I think, you know, if you think back 3-4 years ago about Queen of Pain, I think Lena has stolen Queen of Pain's role as that snowball, win lanes but lose game kind of hero, where she's super glass cannon, and like you said, if you get a gap close on her, she just dies in the mid game.
Okay, so they wanted something, you know, to synergize with the Grimstroke ulti. You have Shackle, you have Chaos Bolt. Our panelists suggested to go for a Doom. I think that would have been a much better option in general. If you do a Baton +1 and you have a good chase potential with the Mag, CK, and Wind Ranger, I think. I'm not sure how they did not pick Doom. That's also something that I'm kind of stunned. But yeah, I mean, you have the heroes, you have to play them, so can't repick them.
Can't repick. We'll see how they do then. So Limp in that mid lane on the Ember Spirit against Melojul Lena. Top lane we're seeing here, Velior and FNG battling it out. There's Wind Ranger, Baden, Magnus, and Drow all up there. Decent start from that Wind Ranger. Just, you know, win run level 1, get some harass, trade some hits. Try and bust through some of those early FNG shields.
Not a big fan
final lane
of Wind Ranger. Yeah, Wind Run level 1, not the spell to go for. Like, you have, what, almost 400 mana? You're not going to be using that Wind Run effectively. You can't secure the range creep for it. If he had the, let's say, okay, he gets it, my apologies, but, you know, if he had a power shot, you can still deal damage. FNG is in, just trading some hits, harassing both of these heroes. Okay,
first blood down bottom though.
That's a good start.
Stroke of Fate with Chaos Bolt, still level 1, the Chaos Knight, and Grimstroke finding that S4 Sand King. Hansken unable to save his buddy, so that's going to a quick return to lane from the Sand King. Now that EXTREMUM are level 2 down here, though, the threat increases. Start having Ink Swell, the Chain Stuns, the Chaos Strike for added damage. So Alliance might have to be a little more wary down here with their positioning.
It's such a strong combo, having Chaos Knight being level 2 and Grimstroke having a point in Ink Swell. Now Chaos Knight will farm some creeps on the side camp. I don't think he's gonna get too much out of this lane. Okay, S4 just holding the lane, holding one extra point to see how things are gonna go, if he needs a Burrow Strike or if he's gonna go with the Sandstorm. If you will play the Sandstorm build, you need your support to bring one sentry at least. But let's check the mid lane. So there's your last pick, Lena. And there is your Ember Spirit. It has more CS than Lena.
And Limp has his bottle now as well, right? So the threat of the Lena kind of alleviated thanks to the regen that Limp's going to be getting. It will come down to a lot of these early rune controls, especially that first active rune, whether or not Hansken, maybe FNG can come in and defend them for the Ember. And he's gone for level 2 Flame Guard, so Light Strike Array, Dragon Slave, especially when they're missing from Lena. It's not going to be burning through that as Nikobaby getting sniped out.
That's a big kill. Like, I love offlane Magnuses that then don't get the point and empower early on. Instead, you're just going for the max, like, kill build. And Valor, he has a point in Shackle Shot. Now he can just max out the power shot. And he's doing a good job. Yeah, just stopping the pulls that FNG is trying to do.
Good early laning stage from EXTREMUM. 2 kills to the good. And FNG not doing... Oh, wow, that shackle shot and the skewer back. Under the tier 1, FNG's in a lot of trouble here, actually. The final touch with the power shot to help gets EXTREMUM their 3rd kill of the game.
You're not going anywhere. You are
So far, so good.
Heroes.
They're playing the top lane really well. I mean, Mag has 18 CS, Windranger only 1, but, you know, she's doing her job. First rune of the game, it's gonna be Haste. Melojul will refill the bottle. There was not a single hero that wanted to contest, so FNG instead just TPs mid and refills the bottle. For Limp, he's
And
level
gives
5.
Limp the double shield now.
Yeah.
Once he hits level 6, the kill threat on Lina becomes pretty substantial as they land the shackle shot top again. But Malik not able to get the combo. He popped his mango too late. Wasn't able to skewer the Drow back under, and G down bottom getting a snipe onto S4. 4-0 start now for EXTREMUM. Every single one of these lanes is on a knife's edge, really. There's kill threat every single place you can look. Lina's making her first rotation. Level 5 Lina coming up towards top. Nice shield to get out of the shackle shot, but they didn't expect the light striker. Hey, Nikobaby getting dived a little bit, does pop his wand. Oh, the salve cut through the trees with the tangos for the light striker ray, beautifully placed. And Melojul's trying to get FNG as a bonus kill. Under the tower a little bit rough though. He's got that extra regen, the extra armor. Tango's up.
You have your position 5, who's not very good at moving around. He's more counter-reactive to what enemies are doing. So that means Limp will need to have a lot of good rotations with his Ember Spirit. He just hit level 6, so the next time they try to do something like this, dive the tower, he's gonna be ready with the TP.
Oh, FNG. Careful there, buddy. Sidesteps that last power shot, but he has zoned the Magnus and the Windranger out for now. Who got all the bounty runes? Melojul bottled 2, Limp got 1, Nefrit got 1. So EXTREMUM with that 1k lead starting to pull away a little bit as Limp remnants out from the Windranger and the Lina. Bottom rune being guarded for him by Hansken.
S4 is not having a good time on the bottom. Like, his CS is okay-ish, nothing spectacular, but the problem is they can't play the bottom lane. Rubik understands that, so instead he makes a move on the mid lane. Here we go.
Dive in with the Remnant. Nice dodge as well from the Light Striker Ray. Hansken and Limp, they're trying to get through the HP of Melojul, but the Lina survives. Limp's still thinking about going for Valior instead. They do force the glyph as the catapult wave arrives on that tier 1 mid lane. And this feels much more like EXTREMUM's wheelhouse. This is them kind of playing that scrappy, aggressive, maneuverable Dota. They'll try with the shackle shot into the chain stun. Do they have the damage for Limp?
No Laguna Blade on Lina, what?
3-1-2 build.
That has to be a misclick.
I've seen it on like position 4 Linas and oh, dust bottom, Sanking. Okay, he burst strikes away from the Inkswell.
Yeah, I've seen different builds in position 4 Linas where you don't have enough mana sustain to, you know, use Dragon Slave, keep spamming it LSA, so you maybe skip it on the level 6, you get it level 7, level 8, but you're a mid Lina with 1 Nully and the magic wand, you should have enough mana sustain and a bottle like that. That was definitely a kill on Ember Spirit.
Oh, they missed the reality rift. Don't quite connect. As S4 starting to feel a little bit itchy in this bottom lane. Catapult wave. Gonna be dealt with by the Sand King pretty easily though. G's just gonna drag back that small camp and pull it. What's Lina up to now? Trying to guard the 8-minute rune. CK's here. Ember Spirit might not be expecting the rotation from Nefrit. Valior's the one, in fact, that grabs the double damage rune, denying the bottle refill. And Limp dips back into the jungle.
A very good rune control from EXTREMUM in this one, where there are every single time having a Wind Ranger, just trying to go for the top
Oh,
rune.
bottom again.
Bottom.
That's the Inkswell after the Chaos Bolt. Chain stun perfection. 6-0 start for them. Alliance struggling a little bit in this early laning stage.
Talking about sixes, Chaos Knight level 6, Grimstroke as well. This is your position 5 Grimstroke that is level 6.5, 8 minutes in. This is just insane.
Yeah, cracking start for G. Already has wand, raindrops, boots, a wind lace. Loaded. Hansken's trying to stack some camps over towards that dire triangle area right now. Rubik not feeling like he's got a home to play into. Wandering around between bot and mid. Leeching some experience now mid as the rotation from Ember Spirit top comes into play. Level 6 Wind Ranger and Magnus here. But a level 8 Ember with a point in chains up now. Still going with a maxed out Flame Guard. Hunting Magnus. Multi-shot not connecting from Nikobaby though. So Limp's maneuver here going to be halted. As we might see a Soulbind play. They've got Soulbind, RP, Shackle Shot. Limp is sticking around. But so's FNG with that save from the shield. Hansken. Just been wandering around, really. Bounty run's coming up in a few seconds, though. Limp. Pretty deep.
That should help. Radiant's bottom tower.
Remnants back towards Velior. But yet again, EXTREMUM coming out on top with the bounty runes.
So no one wants to pick a fight.
Is under attack.
I think Alliance at the moment, they need to recover. You have Drow Ranger, there's the RP on top lane.
Going pretty hard on that poor little Abaddon. Shackle Shot and RP, but Malik skewering Limp back. Allows this Ember Spirit to keep on chasing, and Flame Guard comes up, off cooldown now. One more Remnant is going to be required, and the Shackle Shot will hold him under the tower, as Hansken cannot go diving that deep. They have to leave the Wind Ranger be.
For Alliance right now, it's just a catch-up time where Drow Ranger will hit the jungle. She found the Iron Talon. There's 1 stack of Ancients, actually 2 stack of Ancients, so that's going to be some good gold for Drow Ranger. At 4, also recovering on the bottom lane, even though he's 0-3-0.
On to G. He gets a Soulbind down, and that power shot is pretty substantial damage. Rubik is shielded, Hansken turns, Soulbind of his own.
Dire's middle
Valior wind runs
under
away.
attack.
Limp wants to keep going, but again, the TP rotations are here. Chains will catch the Magnus, but that Shackle Shot, Valior's been on the money with these connections and latches from the shackles.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I think Valor is definitely the best player in the team that they have. He's making so many good moves. Watching them play in the qualifiers on the Earth Spirit, we've seen him in the previous game. I also think he played 1 game of Tiny in the qualifiers that I was really impressed with. So far, so good.
Yeah, role-playing Light of Heaven right now. Look at these Shackle Shots.
For all the Zoomers in the chat, these are some, you know, heavenly Shackle Shots. He's working as an analyst right now. Great Dota 1 and at start of Dota 2, one of the best players that we ever had.
One of the kings of the scene. Oh, S4. He's found the Lina. This is the struggle we said the Lina would have. She gets isolated and so simply picked off. Just a couple of stuns. And the fragile Fire Lady brought to her knees.
Middle tower.
She's going to have Yule Scepter though. I think the final parts are on the courier. So at least her first item will be arriving as she respawns. And FNG just going wild on that tier 1. Forcing rotation from Nefrit now. He's going to get the Inkswell and the stuns onto Abaddon. FNG, he just put his body in there. Turned into sausage by the meat grinder of EXTREMUM. And it looks like Rubik's going to be going the same way.
These are 2 big kills that they just got. Only for Lina. If Lina had a Yule Scepter there, she could have got a bit more time and maybe the rest of the team would be able to connect. But also one thing I dislike about having Lina in the team is having no saves. There's no one with the 4 staff yet. Like, you get on top of her, she dies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing apart from raw aggression. As EXTREMUM trying to use that momentum. Get into the dire triangle. They've got vision here. They see what's happening. Nikobaby unable to safely farm the ancient stack that Hanskin
Radiant's
did make
bottom
for him.
tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is
S4
under
now
attack.
200 gold away from Blink, so that additional form of initiation that Alliance need to keep up with heroes like Ember Spirit, who are dancing all over the map, gives them a lot of options in the next couple of minutes.
Alliance are waiting for 2 big items that Blink mentioned: the Sand King, Ember Spirit
They're
getting
trying to catch
closer
him.
to the Maelstrom.
FNG couldn't shield him in time.
Dire's bottom
That Sand King's
tower is
blink
under
delayed now as Nefrit and G, this pairing of heroes, aided by Velior coming in from the left. Still considering going deep for this. He pops his borrowed time, and FNG will be fine as he will set on the Drow Ranger. Melojul finds the catch, and there's the Laguna Blade Lacoste finally coming out to play.
Let others.
Yeah, I mean, you can't use Laguna Blade if you didn't put a point in it. So, yeah, I mentioned these 2 items and still feel Alliance can take a fight if it's in.
I mean, FNG's dying in the back. Nefrit's found him, but Limp was really towing the line there, fighting 1v2, getting close to a kill on the Lina. But Extremum 13-3 now. They are going pretty hard with this Grimstroke Chaos Knight going from side to side of the map, buying time for this Magnus to get his first item, which isn't going to be a Blink Dagger. Malik has Greaves queued up.
I'm fine with that. Just tanking up. I talked about them having no save. This is a kind of save, you know, something that you need to have any kind of sustain. So this could be a game changer, and also a good way of removing the chains, removing the silence. There's a Blink Dagger coming out on Sand King, and do I see a smoke? Yeah, Abaddon has
Rubik.
1 smoke.
Rubik has one too.
Tower is under attack.
You can kind of feel it, right? When Alliance all group up like this, they've got an item timing, they're hitting. They won't use the smoke though. Looks like
Radiant
Abaddon wants to sit behind Nikobaby for now. And there it is. Hanskin's going to put them all under. Radiant scan.
It's a good timing. They have a catapult. Maelstrom completed an Ember Spirit. Also just a casual Blightstone. AoE. -2 armor with the Sleight of Fist.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, these are some
is
good
under
Oh,
ward.
nice.
Like,
They really are. The epicenter blink borrow onto the CK. Limp is deep in a 1v3 and he's been blown up completely. Magnus coming in, he's going to pop the Mac and try and fight into this Abaddon. FNG doesn't stand a chance in hell. They're going to use up the Sand King, trying to focus down a bigger target, and S4 being annihilated. Extremum getting 2 streaks now. Unstoppable CK and a killing spree on Velior as they wipe Alliance with some great vision from G to kick it all off.
Dire's
these are
middle
3
tower
kills
is under
plus a
attack.
denied tower, and it's also a Sand King Blink reveal. Man, these 2 wards from G actually won them that fight. So 4k gold lead for Extreme. They're
Radiant's
going to take the
bottom
mid tower. I
tower
don't think
is under
Alliance can make a counter blink. There's a lot of TPs coming out, but a bit
Dire's
too
middle
late.
tower has fallen.
In comes Limp, Remnant forward. They want the CK, the Magnus RP, and whips completely. Heals up into the air on the Ember Spirit, and the Light Strike Array will connect. The RP
RP.
stolen. Hanskin grabbed 1. The streak is taken as Nefrit's broken, and the jump forward. Limp was more than sized up. The Phantom's Embrace holds the advance of Alliance for now. But the problem with Lina, it is being seen right here. She gets found, and the burst strike in. Magnus will go straight down below the ground, and that's another 3 kills, but this time going to Alliance as they strike back just as hard as Extremum had.
I know which numbers chat are typing right now, you know. This one's really rough, man. Extreme was playing so well, and now they handled him 3 big kills. These are actually 3 cores that they just fed, which gives Alliance chance to come back.
It's a pretty nice swing on the old net worth as well. That was climbing
Radiant's
rapidly
bottom tower
as we
is
see
under
them get to
attack.
like a 4k lead. It was heading upwards, and now it swings straight back down to neutral. Alliance still have a lot of work to do out on the map though. Bottom tier 1 definitely needs to be claimed so they can start carving through that Radiant jungle. Velior with a blink is able to disengage. Oh, not fast enough and not hidden in the trees.
Not
S4.
Not sure what G was doing on the top lane, but he just gave a solo kill to Drow Ranger. And we're even, 16-8, but in terms of net worth, the game's pretty even.
You do have to start worrying as Extremum. As they use up the Abaddon. He's got borrowed time. just a slight change. Unlena's dead, isn't she? She's gone. Melachul getting baited by the FNG Abaddon and limp with Hanskin making short work of her. Now Malik might be another one as the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. Extremum bleeding out and a great burrow in from S4. Saving Limp as the Thorbine's there, but the chain stuns and combos, they're not coming. Limp might fall, he will indeed, but Nefrit will be traded back as 3 cores. Pos 1, Pos 2, Pos 3, they're all being destroyed.
Not sure what Mellow Jewel was trying to do there. Pop Abaddon's ulti, and that's it. I don't know. I mean,
did you do that on purpose, Lacoste?
Yes, I did, Gary. You know me.
You cheeky bastard.
So yeah, I mean, we can see some downsides of the Lina that I was talking about for 2 minutes after the draft ended. FNG needs to be careful. One more power shot. He's gonna go for it. Beller, check it. There's always one more thing to give, and that's for life. I mean, if you use Yule Scepter offensively, you don't have any ways of defending yourself. So I think you need to be very careful about using that Yule Scepter like that. You can do that if you have a whole team behind you. If you don't, just keep it for yourself.
Be selfish and be greedy. Now Alliance in the lead net worth-wise for the first time this game.
Radiant's bottom
It's a slight one,
under attack.
but it's also Drow Ranger farming jungle very calmly. Still has an ancient stack to take. FNG could also stack that one more time before that 20-minute bounty rune timer comes in.
Considering how this game is going, I think Magnus should just give up on getting Guardian Greaves straight away. Now he's holding on to Philosopher's Stone. Like, get that Blink Dagger. It's a game changer.
Yeah, this was like the Pasha build back on VP, was Arcane's mech and then Blink, and he would wait for the Greaves a little bit longer. Because you do need that Blink Dagger. For now, Magnus is bodyguarding the CK top, just empowering him up. As Alliance group up around the Drow Ranger, controlling that jungle triangle area. And he's scanning Roshan to make sure that Extreme aren't inside. Hanskin with Blink Ether Lens now. Rubik incredibly farmed. Ahead of the Magnus by a couple hundred gold. And S4's catch-up game has been spectacular. Now he's up there with the rest of the cores.
And once he gets that Yule Scepter, he's going to have a way of dispelling things and having a save for himself, dispelling any kind of dust during the sandstorm. One thing we didn't mention is a talent tree choice from Drow Ranger. 50% Gust Blind. I think this is such an insanely good talent, very underrated.
Hanskin, he's been found in his jungle. The smoke from Extremum does gather them a kill. But it is just a kill. Drow Ranger is still shoving out that bottom lane. Full Hurricane Pike.
Radiant's
Yasha coming out on Courier.
under attack.
Roshan is being attempted, and we know that there isn't a dire scan anymore. They already expended that, trying to scout Roshan earlier on. Limp is sending illusions. Roshan is half HP. They Yule's the illusion, and the pings come out. Alliance, they've got to know that Roshan has been started here by Extremum, but the question is, do they have time to come and contest?
They wanted to scout it out how low Roche is, so they're just gonna bail, take the... Okay, S4, he's actually smoked.
They still want to take the fight after Roshan's been taken. They've given it to CK, the Aegis, as Lina closing in on her BKB, maybe feeling a little bit safer once she's got that item up.
2 BKBs coming out on Extreme. CK also just 1,000 gold away. Alliance just waiting on the high ground, checking if someone's gonna show. Instead, yeah, let's take the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Alliance playing as this tight-knit group, all 5 together.
Top tower is under attack.
Extremum looking for the tier 2 top, just trying to get a trade out of the map. It doesn't feel like Alliance are in any kind of rush, though. Do you get the same feeling that maybe Extremum aren't on necessarily a timer as they do? Wait, I'll come back to that in a second, because FNG, yet again, just frontlining and baiting. Extremum trying to force a fight around the Abaddon, and S4 yet again smoked up and ready to go. Fade Bolt spam from Rubik.
Check what Abaddon is doing. He's having Blades of Attack and Morbid Mask in his backpack. Like, I don't want to go too hard on this, guys, and not be balanced if I, you know, have real items.
I'm gonna give them a chance. But yeah, do you feel like EXTREMUM scale okay because they have Empower, they've got, you know, Lina CK, this kind of tri-core with Wind Ranger? Or do you think Alliance, if we start to go late game, are just gonna be so heavy-handed?
Oh, Wind Ranger's gonna scale. I like the items that she's building. Blink Dagger just for more, you know, a better positioning in a team fight, especially with the Grimstroke, the double shackle, and now she's building MKB. So that means she's gonna scale. FNG has another ulti up.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, he is just face tanking everything. Running into the opponent's lines and waving his arms around like a madman. Chaos Knight's had enough of it. They've also blink RP'd, but the stop with a lift keeps S4 out of danger for now. Borrowed time from FNG as he tanks up everything, but the Soulbind forces the Ult and the Sandstorm. Lina's BKB is there with a good blade coming in. They do take them down. S4 and FNG hit the ground with a thump and limp. Oh, the Remnant's short range. That heals up from himself. He's got 11 one charges as Rubik into the back lines. He focuses down to Lina. Yes, they've lost Limp, but the Drow Ranger is still standing as S4 is walked back and wants to pummel into the CK, waiting for the Aegis respawn. Epicenter coming. Burrow Strike ready, coming in, looking for two. He's holding that Burrow for as long as he possibly can because Drow can just beat into the Chaos Knight as easy as you like.
Alliance, they're waiting on that buyback from Sanking to see how fight is gonna develop. They need someone that's gonna protect the Drow Ranger. Abaddon died, but Sanking's also the guy. You know, CK, he already used his ulti, used the BKB. Once he respawns with the
Radiant are scanning.
with the Aegis, he's not that strong, to be honest. And man, Magnus, he needs to be very careful about using RP like that once again.
On a shackle shot and a potential solo kill. As Hanskin and Velior battling it out, but Hanskin's actually surviving. They go back, the burst right forward, S4, the mischance from the Gust. You're right, Lacoste. Velior thought he had it there in that POS 4 versus POS 4 battle. But Hanskin has the backup of Nikobaby and S4.
It was a hit that procced the Javelin, pierced through evasion, and deal some extra damage, but it didn't happen. Yeah, you talked about Hanskin. He's super farmed, more farmed than offlane Mag at this point.
Yeah, he's having a great time, isn't he? Does he have something coming on Courier? He's got boots travel on Courier. I thought he was like a Ghost Scepter or something, you know, Glimmer Cape. No, it's Aether Lens, Blink, boots of travel, Rubik.
So I assume he's going to be on the different side of the map, trying to fish for any kind of information. Same goes for Abaddon. Like, if you don't know where they are, you have these two heroes, but I would love him to have buyback gold before they take a next fight.
That's going to start becoming real important. And another momentum shift smoke. EXTREMUM, they can feel, both teams can surely feel victory is inches away. Just a couple of good team fights here and there, the perfect initiations, the combos with the Soulbind. It's all EXTREMUM really need. S4 retreating, FNG gets caught. The Chaos Bolt into chain stunts. And nothing's going to save him there.
Too much damage.
Borrowed time doesn't even come.
Activate.
Kills him straight through it. Attempted skewer. But Alliance once again retreating as a squad. That CK definitely hits pretty hard. Echo, Armlet, BKB, level 18. With the stats and the strength on those two talent choices.
Dire's middle tower is under
Telescope
attack.
found by Alliance. This is the item that Abaddon really likes to have. Extra cast range on his abilities, so he doesn't have to stand that close
Radiant's
to a team
top
fight.
tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is
Magnus
under attack.
was thinking about a jump somewhere if he caught a glimpse of anyone. But it is that
Radiant structures
really awkward phase of the game where a team has taken Roshan, used Aegis far too quickly, and now everyone's waiting for that next Roshan to respawn, so there isn't really any major objective being taken. Velior? Oh god, he is dead! Jeez!
That's a level 21 Drow Ranger. Like, she dishes serious amount of damage just by having levels.
Mode of invisibility.
Like that final hit did like 300 damage or something to the Wind Ranger. Crazy amount of DPS from Drow. Chaos Knight. Farming aggressively. He's empowered. Rubik's arrived though, and where's the rest of the backup from EXTREMUM? Because there are 4 Alliance heroes here. Phantasms are overlaid. The BKB comes from the Drow Ranger. Trying to focus the CK down as Remnant's back to safety. S4 focuses G instead, and now the chase is on. Move forward, Lina. Oh, Lina, what are you doing out here? That's not where your home is. You BKB, you're trying to sprint away, but in comes Limp with an Ember Spirit, sprinting forward, and they've got all the chain stuns it takes to bring Lina to the ground yet again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
2, 5, and 7, and Lina, this last pick, you mentioned it, you know it, everyone's heard it before. Glass cannons, they shatter.
I've seen this a million times. I would never last pick Lina, Gary, but yeah, to go back to the real talk, you have this Rubik and Sanking who are complementing each other very well. They're playing together, setting things up for the team. That was like 6-7k gold lead for EXTREMUM at one point, and then they just decided to go for tier 1 tower on mid, fed 3 kills. I think that was the breaking point of the game, not just in terms of net worth, but I also think they broke them mentally. Like EXTREMUM didn't do any good moves after that.
Yeah, they tried to chain a couple of smokes together, but Alliance have been playing a very closed map, not spreading too wide. G with EXTREMUM just trying to regain control of this triangle as they do make a jump. This time FNG gets the burrow time off. Can they follow through? Inkswell with a Reality Rift, maybe, if they can keep vision, but a Drow Illusion will at least hold them back for now.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, Enchanted Quiver. That's a sick item for Drow Ranger.
It's a Titan Sliver in there as well, but looking at the Quickening Charm already in the hands of Limp, I don't think he particularly wants to change. Now Alliance in the lead again, net worth 4k. They've been at a kill score deficit the entire game, but it's always felt like it's an uphill battle for EXTREMUM to keep getting kills, to keep winning team fights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire structures.
Chaos Knight really the only one that's able to leave this base area, pushing out top lane. Magnus looking for any kind of blink RP. But the line is drawn by Alliance. They're smoking all the way through their jungle towards top. They've got a Dire Observer Ward watching CK move
Radiant's
back
middle tower
off
is
to the
under
left-hand
attack.
side of the map, and a new trajectory has been drawn out by S4. CK TP complete.
No vision. He got in the vision a bit too late. 1 second scan's gonna connect, so they know where EXTREMUM is at the moment.
Oh, S4, no way! He's in there with a great bow strike, and Lina completely caught out. She might not get her BKB off. She's still surviving. Yule's up into the air now as the back end of the fight. They chase on to left, and the CK is battling 1 versus 3. Virgil's has died, bites back immediately, and in comes the RP from Malik, catching out Alliance with a stolen one. Hanskin, you bloody god! He's caught them all. The stolen RP is glorious. S4 does fall down to the south, but in comes Limp. He's got another Clyde chains ready. Just needs to close the gap onto G now. Might even find the little chains onto Lina there, but doesn't go for it. It'll be Hanskin instead, claiming his birthright. Kill after kill. And Lina, she bought back, but there's no team to save her. BKB runs forward, but Hanskin, he's going to be able to get hit by the life striker as he walks back into it, but FNG has the saves and the shields as Alliance towing the line with death there. Very low HP, these heroes, and Lina will keep that second life for herself.
I like what Lina did in that fight. She realized, yeah, I'm dead. I'm just gonna save my BKB. Most of the players would just pop a BKB, try to survive, but she was already planning for a buyback. But, you know, back at the north, there was Rubik landing some sick RPs and good initiation coming out from Sanking. He paid with his life, but at the end of the day, I don't think it matters that much. Ember Spirit farming very nicely at the moment, getting close to his Shiva's Guard. I also saw Sanking having a plate mail, going for Shiva's Guard. I think he switches that to Lotus Orb instead. Yeah, he actually does that. Because, you know, you don't want to have two Shiva's Guards.
Well, I can see it back here. S4, he gets a 2-man burrow that could have, easily been a 4-man if he'd seen the rest of them. And of course, Chaos Knight dragging them all in. He is that big target. Drow Ranger barely dying. RP from Malik's good, but there's the Hansken one, even better. Beautiful stuff from Alliance. Executing that team fight to perfection. And BKB timing's now on Extremum, starting to wear thin. 7 seconds Lina, 7 seconds Chaos Knight.
Another shot from Alliance. They understand Extremum can bleed. Like, if they get this fight, they get the next Roche. How are we buyback wise? Only 2 heroes with the buyback. Mag and Sanking. Ember just got one.
Yeah, Drow about 400 away. CK and Lina miles away from it. Roshan started off by the Chaos Knight, who is alone in a pit, but it's the backstab from Alliance that finds G. And now the team fight capabilities of Extremum, they are mitigated heavily with no soulbind. They need G to buy back. The BKB from Nebrit brings down his ground in the fight. The illusions are down. Drow Ranger, Manta dodges the Chaos Bolt, and Wind Ranger sprinting around with a shackle shot there, but the Laguna Blade goes straight into the borrowed time. Now the Burrow Strike, and Lina's gone with no buyback. She is dead for a minute and a half. Extremum down 1 core. Chaos Knight too low to fight. Tail between legs. They all straggle back to their base.
This is going to be a freebie after cleaning them up. Yeah, BKB, when they're down, it's very hard for them to take a fight. And CK did not use illusions to deal any kind of damage in the last 3 fights. Man, Drow Ranger, she deals like 800 per hit when Enchanted Quiver hits and with marksmanship rocking.
Big numbers, big damage.
You do realize that I did not do the math. I just, you know, playing by the feeling. Gee,
800 damage sounds about right. S4 still in the sandstorm. Nice Yule's dodge on the shackle shot as well. But yeah, like you said, with the BKBs are down for Extremum, Burrow Strike like 11-second cooldown, Hansken stealing everything under the sun, getting Light Strike arrays, Dragon Slaves, RPs. There's so much AoE teamfight and control from Alliance that Drow can just plunk herself down somewhere safe and sound and keep the right clicks going. While Extremum are very reliant on getting a good soulbind, a great RP, and keeping Lina alive is not so easy.
Man, doesn't matter at this point. Like, she went for damage talent, HP talent, getting closer to level 20. Like, if you feel like you lack a bit of damage, you can try to get like a Crystalist at this point.
Just anything, something. Double damage rune for Limp as he will look to connect with the rest of his team as the 3-pronged attack on the Radiant base begins. Every lane shoved in towards these ramps and high ground about to be broken. Drow Ranger keeping vision as they do. Inkswell blink skewer back. Drow Ranger is going to try and Manta dodge away from this and succeeding so far. Nikobaby pops the BKB, turns the battle. Soulbound up with the S4 Sanking though, and in comes the CK. Router it forward. They can't clear the illusions now. They'll lose S4, but
S4 gone.
Nikobaby alive. The Drow Ranger survives and his double damage rune Ember Spirit starting to cause problems because BKBs are down for Extremum. But it feels like the high ground push has been halted.
If you're standing in a place like that, not moving, just attacking the tower, you know there's gonna be a play like that with the skewer back. I mean, the Alliance pretty much knew that's gonna happen and never prepared. FNG was close to use the shield, but CK already used his ulti and just popped the Sanking. Like, CK damage should not be underestimated if he manages to deal any kind of, you know, right clicks with the illusions. Malik, he's ready to go in once again.
Nice lift. Hansken playing out of his mind. Absolute godlike plays from his Rubik as the skewer back. Not going to be successful. The death of Malik, and now G follows him into the grave as Magnus finds back. They're looking for the go again, but the Gust, these pushbacks with a mischance. Yes, you've got a Light Strike around to Nikobaby, but he's been shielded, he's manted, and he's run away from all of your aggression. Lina's so close to death. Has to sprint back to Fountain. And yet again, BKB down for Lina. Blink RP, yes, is ready. CK, BKB ready, but Extremum can't get into the fight.
And what Hansken is doing right now, he has telekinesis on top of Drow Ranger. This is the play. Like, he's ready to use it if Mag blinks in once again.
Chaos Knight in a bit of trouble here, yes. Oh, again, Hansken, how how are you so good? Malik, he can try and get out of this. He pops his greaves. He has an RP, but remember, no buyback for this Magnus anymore. Dead for 77 seconds.
Yeah. Save that RP for game number 3. Oh wait, there's not gonna be a game 3, Gary.
There isn't. Not the way this is going. Backdoor regen be damned. As Drow and Ember Spirit, the borrow from S4 onto Melojul with no buyback. Extremum, they are done for. Ember Spirit, basically diving Fountain at this point. Alliance, they've got this one in the bag.
Yeah. You know what I like to say, Gary? When it's time to call it, it is time to call it because you're not gonna win this one, that's for sure. There's still a minute left on Aegis. Drow Ranger is just dealing way too much damage. Limp has a good bro, just buying a couple of mangoes for Drow Ranger to have mana sustain.
Keeper all topped up. Chaos Knight Illusions obliterated by Drow yet again. And Tier 4 towers crumbling before our very eyes. The fact that Limp can move back to Fountain, straight back into enemy base with these remnants from the TPs.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Beautiful stuff as CK. BKBs, then he has the Inkswell on. Limp is silenced, but he doesn't care too much. Thanks to FNG's backup, and SF4 is there again with a Burrow Epi. They're down with no buyback, and GG's called. Malik finally gets an RP in there, skewering Nikobaby into the Fountain, but Hurricane fights back straight away. As S4, yes, dies, but the game is already over.